And these are the fish that we caught today.
All right, a double, Bob.
It's a nice fish.
Nice catfish.
I'd like to show you the fish. Becky, go ahead and show the fish that we caught today. It's good-sized fish for fishing off the bank. Okay, this is your spotted bass.
Oh, nice fish.
Nice crappie.
That's a good load of catfish, sir.
Fish on.
Fish on. Got one. Fish on.
At this time, I would like to thank today's sponsors, and they are Fred's Lawn and Garden Service at 791-9025. I'm your host, Fred Believa, and today as our fishing guide, I am out with Kevin Brock. Kevin, thank you very much for inviting us again.
Hey, you bet, Fred.
As my special guest, I have my son Brian on the show. Brian, thanks very much. We're going to be out fishing with Kevin. So in today's show, I wanted to bring my son out, Brian, because Kevin always says the more on the boat, the more chances we have of catching fish. So in today's show, we're going to have my son Brian, and then of course our guide Kevin. Have you tell the people about where we're at, where we're going in at, where we're going to begin, and the whole thing of today's program, how we're going to be fishing, and the setups.
Okay, that sounds great, Fred. Yeah, we're in the Chico area right now. We're just north of Chico. We're at the Irvin Finch boat ramp, and we're docked right below there right now, and we'll probably be fishing from here all the way up to close to Woodson Bridge today. So a good 8-9 miles upriver, and the water's up high this year, as you can see. There's a lot of water. You'll see that, and should be a good day. We're early in the season. We're just getting started. Some new fish are just starting to show up, so we'll see if we can't go out and get a couple of them.
So what run is this? There's 3 runs.
Well, you have a spring run, a fall run, and a winter run.
Okay.
And we're at our fall run right now. It's early fall run, and fish are just starting to show up.
So they still have some color to them. They look like trout.
They're more shiny right now, more silvery color. The meat's real orange inside. Again, we're real early, still in the season. The fish are just starting to show up. Everyone's getting 1, 2 a day, stuff like that. So
good size fish.
Things are just getting going. Yeah, the fish are anywhere from 15 up to 30 pounds.
But scarce, more scarce than other times.
Yeah. From now on, we're August, maybe 5th, 6th. It should start getting going real good up till all the way through September. Instead of just 1 or 2, we'll have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fish per day on the boat. So as things go on, but we're just getting started.
Okay. Well, I'd like for Kevin to show you the setups we're going to be using. I think he's got 2 setups here, one with a spinning reel and one with a level line. So Kevin, go ahead and show with the spinning reel how you're going to set it for today's fishing.
Well, the neat thing about this, Fred, is we've got small spinning gear, but it can handle big fish. We talked about 15 to 30 pound fish, but it looks like a pretty small spinning reel.
Right.
This is the newer Penn Slammer. It's the 260 here. I got to fish one of the first ones last year. One of those sturgeon I was talking about that we hooked last year, it was 7 foot 2 inches long, and we landed it on that reel right there. So these smaller reels, what Penn did is they took a big reel, big saltwater reel, and they just compressed it down into a small one. It's all brass gear drives. It's one big drag pad on this, so it can handle good fish. For a good drag on it, it really can pull out those big fish.
Right.
So it's the Penn Slammer 260. You can see it's a small spinning reel, but it handles big fish. And these are G. Loomis rods, and this is the 930. I really like this one because it's short enough. It's about 7 foot 9 inches long. It's short enough in the boat that you can move around when you got a fish on. It doesn't get tangled or anything, but it's got a lot of backbone to where when you get a 30-pounder, you got to lift on him to get him to my net. You can lift on him to get him to my net. So it's real simple. We're using 15-pound test mainline on our reels. It's P-line, and it's the super strong P-line. It's called CXX. So it's pretty good stuff. It's not pretty good stuff. It's real good stuff. It lands big fish. The rig is real easy. It's really easy. What we've got is about 150 yards of 15-pound test on the spinning reel. We've got just a simple snap swivel, just a basic, just barrel and snap swivel. That's all. And then a barrel swivel connected to your main line, tied to your main line.
And that's for the stop.
That's for the stop. So you just slide it on there, It's just super simple. You got a slinky weight on there, and you can, on your weights, use different sizes of weights. You know, right now the water's high. You know, so we use like a 14 BB slinky, but you know, we've got all different sizes. You got from 10s, you know, all the way up to say 16s here. And you can make these or buy them at the store, and you make different sizes. So if you're fishing high water, well, you got to get down to the bottom, and you use the heavier ones. So,
so you just compensate as you're fishing.
But it's a real simple rig, but real effective. Yeah. Really, it works really good. That's all we use. We use about a 3-foot leader, and you can pre-tie your leaders. I use a number 1 Gamakatsu hook, and then we fish a little bit of bait. We take our eggs and we put them in that red procure, double hot red procure.
Now these are actually from the catch.
Right. These are from salmon that we've caught out here. So these are from recent fish that we've caught out here, and you put it in that dye and just follow the instructions. They've got instructions right on it. You just follow it and dry it out. It's ready to go. The key thing here is what we've got on our hook. You see this little orange or yellow little foam balls here. These are quickie puff balls. And what we do is we've got these, and they help float that bait off on the bottom. You know, throughout the day we won't hardly snag up at all. And the reason why is that helps float it up just enough like so, keeps it off the bottom kind of neutral, and it just goes kind of like this, and the salmon will grab it. That way they don't have to go down in the rocks to pick it up. So it's not hanging you up. So that's a real important thing.
So you're using it as the buoyancy to keep that cluster up.
It just holds it up just a little bit. That's really important. Your weight gets down, the puffball keeps it up off the bottom a little bit, and you just drift right along. So it's the quickie puffball, and you can get those in any tackle store. They're all over the place.
And you have different colors.
Yeah, you got this is one of my favorite ones, the red here, the rocket red, and then we've got, you know, the sunshine colors and clown colors. There's all kinds of really neat colors. So, and they've got 8 or 10 of them. But use the bright ones for salmon. Use the chartreuse. Use the sunshine color, or use the hot red or flame. Those are the best colors for salmon.
Now the reason why we're showing you with both setups, or we're going to show you with both setups, is because if you come out with Kevin and you're used to using a spinning reel, he wants for you to be comfortable. So you can use a spinning gear, or he's going to show you next to level line. So if you're used to one or the other, he wants to make sure that you're comfortable with using the gear, so you'll have both of these on the boat.
Yeah, we can accommodate whoever. We can switch these handles, or one left side, one right side, and everybody can use a spinning rod. I mean, it's pretty easy. You just flip the bail open and you just drop it over the side and off your fishing.
And a lot of people are used to the spinning rod and not the level one.
It's a neat way. And again, small spinning rods and reels catch big fish if they're good equipment. So that's the main thing.
So, okay, so that's the spinning gear. Now, let's go to the level line.
The level line, we use the exact same rod, put in a level line rod, what they call a bait casting rod, the G Loomis 930. Same thing, just it's nice and soft tip, but it's got a lot of backbone for when you need to lift that fish on. The gear is a little different. What we do is we have a Penn Internationals. These are the 955s, and they did the same thing with these. They came out with these about 4 years ago. And they took the big size reels and they compressed them down into a little one. Most of your reels this size are for bass. You know, they got a little bass drag in them. It's not a big heavy duty. They got big disc washers in these. All brass gears inside. So each year, day in, day out, when you're catching 15, 20, 30 pound fish every day for over 100 days, they hold up. They really hold up. They hold up well. So we use, I'm using braided line on this one here. And this is 50-pound test P-line Spectra. And so it's real strong. It's real small, thin diameter, but it's real sensitive. So that's important with a bait cast reel. And it's the setup is just about the same. It's real simple. We'll drop it down. Yeah, you bet.
So it's almost the same setup as your
almost the exact same setup. We've got, the only thing difference is we use a dropper on this one.
And that's
on your main line. We've still got the slider on there. It slides on the main line, but your snap is down at the bottom. About 10 inches down. And then off the braided line, you just do but you want to use a good snap. This is a Spro snap. Spros are the best swivels. If you want a strong swivel to hold the big fish, Spro's got the best swivel out there. You tie that directly to your main line, so it's just a snap. So now I can tie any kind of leader to the end I want. This is about a 4.5 foot, 5 foot leader that we use for eggs. Same number 1 Gamakatsu hook, okay? And then you just tie it on the end of a swivel, and you just, when you're ready to go, you just snap it in, and you're fishing. The neat thing about this is, with the dropper down here, you're fishing a shallow spot, you can hook on maybe 1 ounce. This is 3 ounces here. So you're fishing a real deep 30-foot hole, you hook on 3 ounces, drop it down, you're ready to go again.
Okay, now and the other one was a slinky, and this
the other one was a slinky. This is a cannonball sinker.
Okay,
Yep.
and this is for a whole different type of...
This is more for back bouncing. When you drop it and bounce on the bottom, lift up, bounce on the bottom. Some of the holes that you can't use the slinkies in, we back bounce through.
I see.
So it's very effective.
And if they wanted to use a spinning gear, you would set that up for the spinning gear also.
We can make that all work.
Or one way or the other. If the slinky, or if you think that it calls for the slinky, then you set that up.
Most of the time, as the season goes on, we like to use the slinkies. As the water will slowly drop as we go here, and we use slinkies. So another neat little tool that I like to have all my leaders tied up, and gone through some, this little Pips leader holder, and it's just a little box here, and you can put your hooks right in it, and you can spin them up, and I just unhook my leader from there,
oh, I see.
and
so
I just pull it right out of there, and there's my pre-tied leader.
I see.
And you can do about 10 of those, and put them all in there, and we've used some of these up here.
And this is especially good when you're on the bite.
When you're busy and you're hooked up and you got a fish on, you're ready to go, and you want to put another one on there.
Right.
Your little Pips leader holder is perfect.
Or hooking onto a snag, you can get it right back on.
Break it off, tie another one on, off you go again.
Excellent.
With the back bouncing rod, when you're using braided line, you want to bump your leader up a little bit. This is 15-pound test extra strong P line, and it's in a green color. So it's kind of invisible to the fish. This is the best line, super strong. It's the better line to use when you're using braided line because it absorbs that shock. When you set the hook real hard, it doesn't break.
Right.
It doesn't break. With a spinning rod, you can go down to maybe 12-pound test on your leaders because the line stretches and then so it gives a little bit. But the braided line doesn't. So remember that when you use braided line.
So you need something
a little heavier.
That would be your monofilament.
Yeah, it's your monofilament leader. So you just hook these right in here. You pre-tie them up. Hook them right in here, put them in your little box there, and you just take your hand, and you just wind up. Now you got a bunch of leaders. Make sure you don't wind it in there and twist it. You just wind it right up. You're ready to go.
I like it.
It's very simple. It's very simple. You know, we can do rigs are real simple. It's really inexpensive. You can buy a pack of Gamakatsu hooks for a couple dollars. You can buy some line for around 10 bucks. Buy a bunch of slinkies and make them your own for around $10. You can buy some Procure row, you can buy some quickie puff balls. Before you know it, you're into it 20 bucks. Shoot, you can go salmon fishing for that amount of equipment. But if you're going to use small gear, if you're going to use small spinning gear like this, like we use, to fight the fish, you got to use good stuff. You've got to have good equipment, and that's what that is there.
Now, certain times of the years, we came out with you before and did the other show where we're using the flatfish.
Right, the quick fish. Yeah, we use it. I like the quick fish better. I think they wiggle better. But yeah, I use the quick fish.
But this time of the year, you're using bait.
We'll start using bait. We were fishing on the Feather River earlier in the season, and we've been using the quick fish over there. They seem to be working pretty good, but from now on, we're going to be using bait. Yeah, the Procured row, in the Rocket Red, and that's the stuff.
Now that's
about a quarter size.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's to cure the curing process for the salmon.
Preserves the eggs so they don't rot on you, dyes them, and gives them a nice fishy smell to them. That's what
so actually the eggs don't come out of the salmon that color?
No, they come out orange.
They come out orange?
They come out of the salmon, they come out orange, yeah.
And then when you put that cure in there, it turns
it dyes them red.
That's interesting because you can't use a roe straight out of the fish because it needs to be.
Well, what'll happen? It'll all fall off. It really doesn't fish very well. It's better to cure it. Cured eggs fish better for these fish over here. Other places, fresh roe works good, but for over here, that Pro-Cured roe, you want to cure them up.
And it stays on the hook pretty good.
Stays on the hook good. 2 or 3, 4 passes through the hole. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to get out there and do it. Again, you stay tuned. We're going to be catching some salmon with Kevin.
it on there and fish on, we got them.
Okay.
If it's a snag, you'll just bend over and the current will just start taking out line. Once we're for sure it's a snag, you just point the rod straight at where the snag's at, put your thumb on the spool, break it off, and we'll just retie another one on there.
Okay.
We'll go through a dozen or so weights and things like that today. That happens. Try to reel that one up just a little bit there.
Okay.
Just if it drags, then what'll happen is you'll hang up a lot more. If you kind of just lift and bounce, then it won't hang up as much. Really easy technique to fish. Really easy. Gonna get a little shallower right here, about 6 to 8 feet. Make sure every 4 or 5 seconds you just kind of touch the bottom. Or is it a snag?
I know.
We're going to find out. Let's go ahead and reel that other one in there.
Could be a snag.
I thought I saw it pump, but I'm not thinking it's a fish now.
No, it's not giving up.
I stopped the boat and it's not doing nothing.
Yeah. Sounds like your baby needs to be fed lunch.
Yes, it does, huh?
Get out here and do some fishing. Yeah.
Yeah, one on the
Oh,
line.
there's one over here on the left sitting by itself.
Yeah, babies in there just chirping away.
Yeah.
They stay in that nest for a long time. It's amazing how ospreys and eagles, how long they stay in the nest before they leave.
They're probably watching us fish and they want us to feed them.
Starting getting a little deeper here.
Yeah.
You lose the bottom, let out a little bit more. Hey Brian, yours is hung up on the bottom somewhere along the line. See? So reel it up a little bit. It's going to be tight on there. Reel it up a little bit more. And then yank on it. Try to get that thing off the bottom.
Got one here, Kevin. Brian, got one.
Just keep him tight. We're doing good.
Hope you got the drag set?
Yeah, drag set.
Okay. Yeah, it's going.
It can pull out if it needs to, yeah.
Yeah. Looks pretty good, guys.
We got all kinds of rooms, so you can play them a little light if you want to. Oh yeah, that's great.
Good. It was taking it. It just that it wasn't.
Just keep them nice and tight
It
there.
wasn't on the drag, so you couldn't hear it on the clicker.
Yeah. If you want to, stand up, work your way all the way back to zero.
Oh, yes. I just saw him.
So I'm rolling.
Yep.
If he goes underneath the boat, just go with him. There you go. Just don't let the bottom, and then just stay right where you're at. We'll net him right where you're at.
Okay.
To the right. Good job.
He's taking line.
He saw the boat.
Yeah. Here he comes.
Did I tell you I was going to get serious on this, Kevin?
You said you were going to get serious. They're so fresh right now. They're just real scrappy fighters.
Yep. I saw him once. Well, here he comes.
Before we net him, we got to beat you to swivel. Yeah. Almost.
Here he comes.
Slowly work his head up for me. Straight up. Oh, almost. Reel down. We almost got him.
Almost. That's a nice fish, Brian.
Yep. Nice fish. You go here. Let's get him right.
All right. All right. All right, look at that, Brian. Huh?
Yep.
What do you think, Kevin?
You got the net? You hang on the net. Sink with them.
Wow.
All right.
All right.
Keep the mask closed. There you go.
Wow. Huh? That's what we're here for.
We got one.
Wow. That's exactly what we got you for, Kevin.
Let me take care of him real quick. Hold on. Be careful of his teeth, Fred.
Got him.
Yeah, hold on. This way. Okay. You want me to?
He flipped the
The hook out?
hook out.
Got that.
Huh? Got it?
Hooks out. Yes, sir. Want me to take care of him so he doesn't flip anymore?
Isn't that a nice fish, huh,
Nice
guys?
fish.
Huh? Wow. Wow.
Hanging on top. Button straight down on top.
This is a great fish, Kevin.
Great job, Fred. Way to go. Nice one. He pulled out some drag when he wanted to.
Yes, he did. Throw him in. Well, this is Fred Believer. I'd like to end the show. I'd like to thank Kevin. Kevin, thank you very much for a great day. And Brian, thanks very much, son, for coming out and being on the show for the first time.
Thank you, Brian, for coming out. It's a pleasure meeting you.
And we're going to all do it again. Give us a call. We're going to do it again.
Yeah, we're just in the beginning of the season. We're just getting started here. So.
And you can give them your 800 number.
Yeah, they can call me anytime at 800-995-5543 or visit us on the World Wide Web at fishkevinbrock.com.
Okay, well, I'd like to show you the fish that we caught today. Like Kevin said in the beginning, this is the early season of salmon fishing. The fishing is really hard fishing. We did catch one. We did have one on, lost one, I believe. But we were able to put one in the holding tank, and at this time I'd like to show it to you before the end of the show. This is the salmon that I caught today's fishing trip with Kevin. We were using the techniques that Kevin showed you before the show. And what size do you think this is, Kevin?
Well, that fish there is about 16 to 18 pounds.
All right, good fish, huh? Exciting, wasn't it? Maybe next time he'll be able to catch
nice silver fish, and they're just getting started. Just starting to see some come up the river now.
So this is what we can do out here. You come out with Kevin, give him a call, and he supplies all the rods, reels, all the bait, the beautiful boat. All you got to do is just bring something to eat and drink, and enjoy the day. There's a great fish. Again, like we said before, you can't beat this, and we're right here in our own backyard, Sacramento River, right out of Chico. You'd think that this fish was caught in Alaska or Canada, but this is what the fishing has to offer right here in California. And again, thank you very much for today's show. Yeah. Brian, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it, and we're going to do it again. Well, this is Fred Beliba. Until next time, good luck and good fishing to you. Thanks to our sponsors, today's show, 1AAA Win-Win Opportunities at 794-1430, and Fred's Lawn and Garden Service at 791-9025. Special thanks to our guide, today's show, Kevin Brock. You can get a hold of him at 1-800-995-5543, or you can reach him at his website at fishkevinbrock.com. And special thanks to my son Brian Beliba for coming out and enjoying the day with us. Videographer, Claudia Beliba. Audio by Brian Beliba. Edited by Fred Beliba. And this has been a Fred Beliba Enterprises production.